Beep, an absolute salute from the LUI, almost on a daily basis, baby please. Jay Cutler, four-time Mr. Olympia. You guys probably never seen this picture unless you are subscribed to him, and it was published merely a week ago. This was actually 2011 condition, exactly 3.5 weeks prior to Mr. Olympia. Unfortunately, he injured his left biceps. As you guys know, it came all bluish. He was not able to train properly. Next thing you know, he lost his Mr. Olympia to Phil Heath. But good Lord, if he was able to basically surf on this condition, guess what? It would have been hard to beat. So a single injury, probably was the very first serious injury of his career, was pretty much detrimental for his career for good. He tried to come back 2 years later, as you guys know, with no success. He was even smaller than all the rest pretty much, and he had to retire. Now another guy actually who had a slew of injuries, baby please, is another dude. I'm gonna talk about him in a few. But prior to that, let me give a proper salute to my friend here, Andrei Skoromny from Russia, absolutely out-angling the horse and UDTTs. UDTTs, thanks to this picture, can absolutely reclaim his natty status. You're absolutely natty next to Andrei. But as I said, the video is definitely not about these guys. It is about injuries of another hard worker in the name of Mr. Branch Warren. Now, to the left is a picture of 2004, so exactly 12 years ago, versus this year, 2016, right? As I mentioned, if you guys are following bodybuilding, and this guy in particular, he evolved tremendously. He had a slew of injuries. On top of my head, I think this quad was injured when he actually fell from the horse in that documentary, Iron Generation or whatever, or Generation Iron. He injured his hamstring. He also injured his tricep, and I don't know, maybe the back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what's up. I voiced my opinion. I absolutely salute the old version of himself, right? I mean, the waist was better. I mean, even the bellies, the whole green look was just better. But this is him right now, right? And quite frankly, this was like last weekend actually. Sorry for the picture. It is not that clear. He was posing with the two kids next to Mr. Olympia title holder Phil Heath. Now, better to know that Phil Heath is off season, yet he looks tighter. And this guy, Branch Warren, just competed merely like 3 weeks ago or so at the Arnold Classic. All right, and quite frankly, he looks already softer, and the bubble gut is not to be saluted. Now you tell me, bro, he's not flexing, he's not conditioned, but I'm sorry. I mean, his midsection, even when he flexes it, is nowhere to be comparable to the old condition of yesteryears, baby please. And you know what, with all the respect, as I said, he is a hard worker. I mean, this guy lifts some crazy weights in Texas, which is actually one of the reason of his injuries, because he's flirting with extremes. You cannot basically flirt with extreme with no consequence. He's a baby please, right? And I voiced my opinion. I said, quite frankly, the more I look at him, right, like in this pic right here, right, again with Phil Heath, right, the more I look at him, I mean, he reminds me, even in a context condition, he reminds me of the career end of another bodybuilder, namely Palumbo, right? Dave Palumbo. He has some similarities, baby please. The gut is somehow prominent. The obliques are absolutely getting out. And somehow the limbs are no longer that impressive in a sense. Like they get shortened, everything gets smaller except the bubble gut bonanza, right? So that's what's up. Do I believe he will absolutely regain his shape of old, namely this one? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, bodybuilding is an extreme discipline. It takes a toll on your body. When injuries happen, I'm sorry. I mean, you need to live with the consequences forever. Even if you have the drive to train as before, etc. I'm sorry. It's hard to come back. Injuries, retired Jay Cutler. Injuries, retired Ronnie Coleman. Injuries, retired Dorian Yates. These were basically Mr. Olympias. They were at the height of their career. Next thing you know, with injuries, they had to stop. They have no choice. I mean, in 1998, Dorian Yates was in a serious depression, mental depression. Why? Because he was no longer in that competition mode. I mean, he won like 6 Olympias in a row, and then he stopped completely, and it took a toll on his mental health. That's what's up. I know it's hard for a bodybuilder to stop. I'm not asking, Branch Warren to retire. Is his call, but I'm just voicing my honest opinion. He still have some grainy details, those feathers here and there. But in my humble opinion, I still prefer by far this condition of old. And I do believe, as some of you told me, that back in the day, like in 2004, he was underrated. And in my opinion, right now, he is overrated. He places like number 5 or 6, or you name it. And I think that placing is somehow overrated for some reasons I just cannot comprehend. That's what's up. I salute you wherever you are. And tell me what you guys think about it. And proper salute to Dave Palumbo. Mr. Palumbo, even though you were never a IFBB pro, I think he will be remembered for good, for other reasons.